Kind of another housekeeping piece here is we follow up on GigaPower. GigaPower is a joint venture between AT&T and BlackRock. And the way that it's constructed is, you know, AT&T and BlackRock are the owners of this joint venture business. They build fiber, then they sell it to other companies like Leasing Access. So it's an open access network. So AT&T and BlackRock don't really sell to customers directly. They're the owners, and I think AT&T can be their own customer. I think that's the way that this works. All right, we got a statement here from the CEO. Says here in a fireside chat with FBA President Gary Bolton, GigaPower CEO Bill Hogg talked about what exactly open access means for the joint venture. Hogg said, while open access means a lot of things to different people, in GigaPower's case, it's a commercial open access platform that has arm's length agreements with ISPs that choose to ride on GigaPower's network. AT&T is currently the only tenant. So as of right now, AT&T is their own customer. They're the owner, they're the customer. This would tell me that GigaPower is just going to continue to build out their fiber network and over the course of time look to partner and find relationships with front-facing brands and businesses that want to use their network to sell services. So basically, like the article title is saying, they're the MNO, and then the companies that are selling their brands become the MVNOs. So this would be the equivalent of US Mobile, right? They sell access on Verizon network, they sell access on T-Mobile, and now they're going to start offering it through AT&T. It's essentially an MVNO for home broadband, or I think maybe even business broadband as well. This is the quote, by the way, from Hogg, the CEO. He said, "We build a fiber network that we share among multiple ISPs. We provide TM Forum standard APIs to interface with our network so it's easy to onboard to our platform in a standard way." Obviously, standardization is going to be big, right? You want companies to be able to come in, everything is interoperable, everything is easily managed, granular, those types of things. The GigaPower JV is focused on building fiber outside of AT&T's ILEC footprint, currently has builds in progress in parts of Arizona, Florida, Minnesota, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina. Common question that comes up with open access is who's responsible for all the different customer service component of the network. For AT&T, GigaPower is handling provisioning, installation, and repair, said Hogg. So this is the first time we've actually seen or heard good information about this business. This is probably the biggest article to come out about GigaPower in several months since it first launched last year, right? Okay, so now we know who's doing what. GigaPower handles provisioning, installation, and repair. So they're maintaining, they're building all those things. The ISP, or whatever, it could be AT&T, it could be T-Mobile, right? With T-Fiber. They use an application program interface, or API, to take orders, create repair tickets, do service quality checks, things like that. So that's all on them. So it sounds to me like the quote-unquote business operations are all done through custom APIs for the businesses that are leasing the space on the network. They can take an order, just like they do today, send that order over to GigaPower through these APIs. We roll a truck to the drop to do the installation in the home, to test Wi-Fi. If there's a repair that's required, AT&T will schedule a repair, an appointment. Now you guys see this joint venture, how it's coming together. You have the know-how of AT&T. You have the capital of BlackRock, right? That's what this is really all about. That's the synergy between them. So now we know how they're going to do repairs, maintenance, and operations. The actual bill that the customer gets will come from AT&T, he added, but GigaPower is the arms and legs behind that. So it's all going to be about custom APIs for each of the businesses. What I want to, and this is kind of where I'm going to go with this. From this point moving forward, now that we know this much, from this point moving forward, to me it's going to be about who signs on and partners with GigaPower. I want to see additional businesses getting involved. Right now, it's only AT&T. They're the customer, they're the tenant, whatever. Now I'm going to want to see who else gets on. I don't think Verizon's going to play ball. They probably should. But why would they? I think it would be interesting to see T-Mobile having a relationship with these people. That would be kind of interesting because they've worked with Intrepid. We'll talk more about them later. They've worked with, who's that other company? Pilot in Manhattan and New York City. I want to see more of that. You know, I want to see more and new companies, front-facing brands who have good marketing ideas. You know, they want to come in on good introductory pricing and those types of things. That's going to be the next step, is going to be adding customers. They can't just rely on AT&T. AT&T is a huge account. AT&T is a wireline name. Like when people think of AT&T, I know here we think of wireless, but guys, really, when people think of AT&T, they think of home broadband. That goes back decades upon decades upon decades. So they're going to need more than just AT&T. We're going to start to see some new local providers, right? Getting space on the AT&T BlackRock joint venture with GigaPower. That's going to be pretty cool. EM Tech said AT&T has significantly smaller part to play in this venture than was originally speculated. I don't know about that, EM Tech. I'm not sure. Maybe some people thought it was going to be a different structure. To me, this is exactly as I thought it was going to be. It was going to be funded 1/3 by BlackRock, 1/3 by AT&T, and then 1/3 in public investment or whatever. It sounds like that structure is still there. With respect to operations and stuff, that seems to me like that's what I anticipated. I didn't expect it to be very different. I did expect to see them have more customers by now, but maybe because the network's so small and they haven't really reached any type of, you know, large expansion or build yet, maybe that might be why. But we're looking to see what happens in Nevada, right, in places like Vegas. We'll continue to track, you know, the bigger markets and stuff like that, because that's basically what it is.